what keeps you at a company and also what draws you to a company? What do you look for in a company when you are applying for a new job? Those are the questions this morning. Our number is 615-292-6366. Kelly and Jackie are with us. Kelly, good morning to you.
Good morning, Tim. How are you?
Doing great, thanks. And Jackie, how are you doing this morning?
Fantastic, Tim. Good morning to you.
Great. Well, we are raring to go, and hope you two had a wonderful Labor Day.
Yeah, we did. We did. You.
Well, that's good. That's great. Well, we got these questions out there, and which are very good questions too, by the way. What keeps you at a company? Because it takes more than throwing money at you to keep you with the company. Money alone without the right treatment, the respect, and a few other things is basically not going to do you much good if you're unhappy. You can make all the money in the world, but if you're unhappy, it's just not worth it. So, Kelly, what are some of the things that you've heard thus far?
Yeah, Tim, and I think this is a great question, especially with Driver Appreciation Week, coming upon us next week. So, again, just really want to hear from the drivers what some companies have done in the past for them and what they continue to do to show their appreciation. We have some companies, some of our customers have reached out to us with ideas that they're thinking about doing for next week. One of them is doing a big cookout one day, and they're going to be raffling off a grill. Another company is giving their drivers a gift each day, whether it's going to be a T-shirt or a gift card, some paraphernalia from within the company. So just really, again, just want to hear from the drivers, what are the types of things that companies do to show their appreciation. And then not just throughout the week, but also throughout the year, what they're doing, on a regular basis to ensure that the drivers are being heard. And again, that they feel that they're part of a team and that, there's no miscommunication. So just really hoping to get some great feedback from the drivers.
And Jackie, do you feel, or are you seeing that more companies are trying to become more proactive in meeting drivers' needs now?
Yeah, 100%. We definitely have seen an increase in the last couple of years for customers to want to connect with drivers, besides for what you were just speaking about, which is the monetary. I mean, if the driver's not happy, money really doesn't mean anything. So now companies are kind of looking at the soft core values that they could offer drivers. So whether or not that they're family friendly, if they're family friendly, then they should be doing cookouts at least on a monthly basis. If they are some of the bigger companies, to make drivers feel more inclusive, what if some of our customers are doing are actually saying, okay, from each terminal within each department, we're going to get together and have a gift and give it out to driver of the month. And so it really puts more of a personal touch so that drivers feel a little bit more connected to the internal staff because, they're, out by themselves every day. So it's been a big push. And we've been trying to coach our customers on different tactics to use. And so it's been so helpful for us to be on the radio to talk to the drivers. So the more feedback that we're able to get, the more that we can relay to our customers so that they can make these internal changes.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. And Kelly, you were mentioning about the giveaways, the cookouts and the grill giveaways and so forth. I think all that is good as well. And it's something you mentioned too, Kelly, as far as what they can do throughout the year to help out. And it's something that I'll just use as an example. And this was something that was very simple. And Jackie brought this to my memory. How we would do a driver of the month and put it in the monthly newsletter. We'll have a picture of them beside the truck and we would do a write-up, and just something that simple made a big difference in not only that driver's life, but with other drivers, because they too strived to get their picture in there, in that paper, that newsletter, so that, others could see who they were and what they were about as well.
Exactly, and that's one of the things that we really have our customers focus on as well when we're running their social media campaign is doing a driver of the month, because just what you said, it makes that driver feel great, and then it gets the other drivers involved. It makes them want to, be more ambitious to get on there and to become the driver of the month. And it gets the current drivers engaged. It gets prospects who are looking engaged, and it also engages the families. And that's what it's all about. You want to get everybody engaged within the brand and seeing how you promote these drivers from within and show the recognition, because it's all about that too. They want to feel recognized for the hard work that they do, because their jobs are very tedious and difficult. And I think any sort of recognition that we can show them goes a long way.
Makes a big difference. 615-292-6366. Kelly and Jackie are with us. What keeps you at the company that you're currently with? And also, if you're looking to go to a company, to find a new company, what are some of the things that you're looking for to make you apply for that company? And things that, your prospects, or your priorities rather, are different than what they were years ago. As far as drivers are concerned, the priorities are a little bit different. Years ago, it was a different time frame, and you expected different things, things differently. But a lot of times it was more so what type of trucks they had. But now it's a whole lot more than what type of trucks. Most companies have pretty much the same kind of trucks anyway. Pretty much anyway, it's just a different color of paint. They're all up to date, pretty fairly new model, if not new trucks. So that's kind of gone by the wayside. Now it digs a lot deeper in terms of what you're looking for and what the expectations are. 615-292-6366. We'll be back after this break. This is Tim Ridley on Highway 146, Sirius XM Satellite Radio. Kelly and Jackie are with us, and their questions are, what keeps you at your company? And also, when you're applying for a new company, what are some of the things that you look for? And Kelly and Jackie, there are a lot of our listeners out there that have been with their current company for many years. I had a show on that one time. I guess it was last year, year before last, in terms of the longevity, that you've been, or what's the longest you've been with one company. And I was really amazed and blown away with the amount of years that some of these guys have been, and girls too, have been with their company. And just consecutive years, 20 plus years, as a matter of fact, one, she's been with her company 27 years. And so, of course, if you've been with a company that long, that many years, they have to be doing something right. But now, as I mentioned before the break, the shift has changed some, because, when I was fairly new in driving, and back then there was no internet, you would call, different companies, and one of the first things I would ask is, well, what kind of truck will I get? Because you knew it would be the oldest truck on the lot, but what kind of the oldest truck would I get if they had more than one brand of trucks? And that was important, because the other things really didn't matter a whole lot. They would tell you how much you would get per mile, and pretty much you stayed out forever. You automatically expected that. But now the shift is over the years has slowly started to change. And I realized this when I was in recruiting. It wasn't one of the first questions, what kind of truck I'll get. Well, how often will I be home? And can my pet ride? Can I bring a pet with me? Things like that, and plus other things, because your family is very important. So it's good to hear that the companies are proactive in terms of wanting to be able to appeal and to accommodate, not only to attract, but accommodate these drivers.
Yeah, and I also think one of the things, that you just mentioned, Tim, how long drivers have been with companies. I think that's a huge thing to promote as well, because, again, that shows that there's good retention and longevity within that company. And those are things that we tell our customers to really highlight throughout their campaigns too, because, you drivers love to see that other drivers have been at a company for 10, 15, 20 years, and that that shows a lot about what's happening internally at that company. So I think anything that companies can do to show how long drivers have been there, to recognize them, that really helps with their recruiting as well as retention. And then to always promote the little things that they do on the side, that they're, and if they can hear it from the drivers, how often they're home, if they do let the dog ride with them, and even some of our customers even have some quotes from families on their social media sites, just saying, reinforcing what a great family company this is. So I think, again, if anything that companies can do from that standpoint to show, how family oriented they are, and promote that throughout the campaign goes a long way with retention as well as recruiting.
Absolutely. Well, let's go to the phone lines. We're going to go to Texas, and Mike is with us. Mike, good morning. You're live on the show with Kelly and Jackie.
Good morning, Dr. Tim and ma'am. Thank you for giving me a moment. Well, today is my 27th anniversary with the carrier that I'm with.
Wow.
And
Wow.
And congratulations, yeah.
well, thank you. Y'all have asked this question before, and it's something that I don't share a lot of times, but it's something that really is a testament to my company and the way that they treat their people. I would not have my family if it wasn't for them. About 15 years ago, my wife and I decided we were going to become foster parents and adopt our kids. And they set up a run so that every weekend, Saturday and Sunday, 8 to 5, I was home for 8 weeks back to back. The whole time we were active foster parents, they made sure never missed a placement, never missed a court date, never missed a staff meeting, and never missed a paycheck. And, when you get companies that are willing to do things like that for their drivers, and I'm not the only one. Lord, I could tell stories for hours of the things that they have done for their drivers. And, it just, there's no way you can leave a company that takes care of you that way.
Sounds like they go far. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, Tim, you definitely just took the words out of my mouth. That seems like they go above and beyond, and that's amazing that they were able to give you that support that you needed during those times.
It was kind of funny. About a month ago, I was sitting at one of our drivers' lounges, and, normally the talk around the table is more negative than positive, unfortunately.
Sure.
And it was in our terminal here in Dallas. And we had 4 of us that had been anywhere from one driver longer than me to one young man that had only been with Warner for a year. And instead of talking about the negative, and this young kid that had only been with us for less than a year, he topped everybody. He was out in California, and he got a message that his 3-year-old son needed to have open heart surgery. And there was no way he could have got home from California to New Jersey. And, they flew him home. They had him a rental car waiting, and the only stipulation was when he's okay and you're ready, come back. But it was just so nice to have 4 or 5 drivers sitting there talking about the good that our carriers have done for us rather than the bad.
Mm-hmm. No, that is great to hear, because so often you hear people focusing on the negative, and it's nice, to hear people focusing on the positive and hear all these amazing things that this company has done for its drivers. And that goes a long way, and, that is really going to play into retaining their drivers and, attracting those qualified drivers that are going to be with them for a long time, based off of, all the generosity and understanding that they've shown to their current drivers. So those are great stories.
Well, Mike, again, congratulations to your brother. And, man, 27 years, that's a long time. Did the years go by pretty quickly for you?
Each one goes a little bit quicker.
Well, Mike, we appreciate you. Thanks for all you do, my friend.
Thank you, Tim. Ma'am. Bye.
Bye. Yeah, 27 years. That's awesome. And Jackie, the one of the things I used to say in recruiting, when I was in recruiting, well, our drivers are our best advertisement. So go and talk to, don't take my word
right.
for it, but go and talk to as many of our drivers as you can, and then call me back if this is what you want. Call me back. And so just like with him, with you know, think about the impact that he'll make by talking to other potential drivers for that company, other drivers, telling them what they did for him, and also the others who were sitting at the table with him, talking about the good things about that company. So that right there is an advertising tool. I mean, not that they were doing it for that; they did it from their heart, but it's an advertising tool for the company, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. There's no better form of advertisement than word of mouth and hearing it from somebody that's actually doing it. And I think that's definitely the best form of the walking advertisement, essentially. And so, that's where I think even nowadays on a digital, aspect where, everyone is online now, where social media has been huge for a lot of our clients because we've been able to portray these stories driver testimonials and put them online so that if a driver maybe doesn't have an opportunity to call another driver or talk to another driver that's working for a company, they can now go online and check out their Facebook page and see exactly what their drivers are saying. It's a completely public forum, and Facebook keeps it that way, so everything that you see is truly authentic. So I totally agree, absolutely agree that, hearing it from somebody that's actually doing it is the best form of advertisement. And I think in today's world, in 2017, this is the platform that drivers and carriers are using to communicate and show the kind of the gray values, not just the black and white that you'll see in a job posting.
Absolutely. Well, Kelly, Jackie, always a pleasure. We look forward to talking to you next time around. Have a great one.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Thank you so
Thanks,
much,
Tim.
Lean on me.